everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to clean this mess. My house has been a wreck since the holiday seasons, and so I thought I'd come on today and talk to you guys while I get this mess under control. So without further ado, here we go. So this is my desk. This is where I work on pretty much everything that I do, and schoolwork is done in here, and so this very quickly becomes a mess. But I've been working on my New Year's goals and ideas for videos, and so everything has just kind of gotten thrown around. I've got so many books that I need to read. I don't know where to put all this stuff. I'll wait here until I figure it out. So we had an amazing Christmas holiday. I got to see a cousin that I haven't seen in I think 4 years. She travels around and works in different countries and different states, and she gets to do all these neat things, and sometimes that keeps us from seeing her for a long time, and so it was neat to see her. And got to see other people that I only see around Christmas in our family. And it's so sad that, you know, we live not that far from each other, and yet we still only see them at Christmas. But that seems to be the way it works. You know, I think sometimes it takes 5 minutes to clean a room, so why are my rooms always such a mess? But they are. Especially this one, because it seems to be the catch-all. I got a new camera for Christmas, and I can't figure out how to work it. I'm not good at electronics, guys. I'm trying, but I'm just not good at it. So hopefully soon, my brilliant husband, who is good at all things I'm not, will help me to figure this thing out. But any of you homeschoolers out there, are your kids this much of a mess? Because mine tends to leave a mess daily. But I guess he gets it from his mama, because y'all just saw my mess. Literally 5 minutes, and yet it stays a mess all the time. So I need to go get my dusting spray, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm using this Methods wood cleaner, and I really like it. I think it works really well. I like the smell of it. This table right here that I use for my desk is really, really special to me. This actually originally was my great-grandparents' kitchen table many, many, many years ago. And they had gotten new furniture over the years, but held on to this table. And my grandfather redid this table and fixed it up, and when I was little gave it to my mom. So this was our dining room table when I was growing up, and it actually pulls out on both sides. I'm not going to pull it out all the way, but both sides pull, and then this lifts up, and so it literally doubles the size of this table. But I loved it. It holds a lot of memories, and so I decided to bring it in here, even though I didn't really need it. I had a desk to use just because it is so special. So that's the story behind that. This room has a lot of stuff in it that means a lot to me. And I think that's how you should have your home. I don't think there's anything wrong with buying stuff from the store. I do that too. But I think you need to have a good mix of stuff that means something to you in your home. And I have, when I'm sitting here doing my devotions or working, whatever the case may be, there is a place right here on the wall where I have a picture of my grandmother and grandfather. These are my great-grandparents, actually. And she was an amazing lady. He was an amazing man. But I was so close to her. And she was a Sunday school teacher. And I remember her getting up at like 4 in the morning so that she had time to read her Bible before she had to be at work at 6. And I just love her, and I miss her, and I can't wait to the day I get to see her again in heaven. But anyway, when I look at that, it just makes me smile. So I'm just going to do a quick wipe down today, and just trying to get caught up a little bit from the holidays. I've taken down all my Christmas stuff. I do have one more Christmas get together. We got snowed out, and so I do have some Christmas gifts here, but that'll be this weekend, and all of my Christmas stuff will be gone. I do have up a few winter decorations, not very many, but a few, and so I enjoy those. Okay. So here in just a minute, I will come through and vacuum all of the hardwoods and then mop. This chair right here, I'm going to turn you around so you can see this chair. This chair is one of those things that means so much to me. I'll turn you around here, see if you can see it. There you go. It's a really old rocking chair. But this chair belonged to my great-grandmother, the one I was just telling you about. And I remember rocking with her in that chair. And you can still see where she would lay her hands when she was sitting here like this. And she wore a little place on it. And this is the chair that I rocked my babies in when they were tiny. And so this old chair has a lot of memories for me, and I just love it. Here is the picture. Let me bump you up here. Here is the picture. Oh, there we go. Of my grandparents. Oh, I miss them so much. But anyway, that is what I have in my eyeline when I'm working in the office. So I'm gonna bring you over here to my kitchen. You can see it is a mess and a half. And this is kind of our catch-all when we come in the back door, which is awful, but it seems to be the way it works around here. So I've got some dishes that I need to put away that my son and I cleaned earlier, and just needs to dust and straighten things up. I am the type of clutter bug that I like to micro-organize, and when I can't, I make piles when I don't have time. And here is a pile. So, like this needs to go in winter decorations. This needs to go in winter decorations. This is a winter decoration. These are some of the dogs stuff. I guess we can throw these away now. My kids got a new tablet for Christmas and they had really good reviews, and then when we got it, they were not so great. And we sent them back and we looked again, and it seemed like all the reviews from Black Friday when we got them, the ones that came out were not that good. So anyway, that was the cases for those, and we took them back and got them some new ones. Okay, I'll put that in there so I can go put it away. My husband's hat. In just a minute, I'll show you a few things that we have done, or I have done rather, to kind of decorate for winter. I know most people have a place where it's kind of like a catch-all, that everything seems to migrate to that spot, and that spot on the table is definitely mine. I know most people have that drawer where all the odds and ends and stuff goes. We don't really have a drawer for that. We have in other homes that we've owned, but in here we don't really have a drawer like that. Surprisingly enough, I haven't thought about that before. But that spot right there is kind of where everything lands. And until I can get to it, I pile. So, and this is usually stuff that don't have a home, or maybe it's raining and I don't want to go out to the garage or whatever my husband's building, or whatever the case may be. And I'm going to show you my husband's. See, I showed you my pile because that's me, and this is my husband here. I just opened the bottom, so sorry about that, but yeah, that's where my husband wants to pile everything. And my pile drives me crazy. This pile here, even more so. I'm like, this is pretty. Just pile it over here with mine. So, anyway, I gotta work on that pile now too. We had our little kitty, my son's cat, disappeared New Year's Eve that night. And I don't know if fireworks scared him or what, but he didn't come back. So we're hoping that soon he will walk on up. But we've got his canned food over here. And this stuff needs to go up to the garage. Oops. I'm always working on something, so it seems like I always have tools in here. And then I'm not good at taking them back. Book that needs to go back to the library. Coupons. Well, it's already looking better, guys. Not sure if my husband needs this, so I'm going to get it here. Is that light better? Oop, got my hand in the way. Sorry. Okay. job, but it always amazes me how little time it takes for me to actually clean it up, and why I don't just go ahead and do it. I do get busy, but it's usually just taking the time to do it is my problem. Just do it, get it over with, everybody will feel better, everything will look better. One of the things that a couple of friends of mine and I were talking about is, especially when you're at home all the time, you know, this is my job here. I homeschool and I take care of the home, and which is a full-time job, and I don't know how people, you know, that have full-time jobs outside of the home are able to get it all done. Because honestly, my kids and my husband and my home is truly a full-time job. But we were talking about, you know, we don't dress up like we want to, you know, or think we should. You kind of get in a rut, and you know, who wants to get all dressed up and everything to go and clean a toilet? So here, you guys are a little bit there, now you can see me, sorry. And so I've kind of gotten a rut, you know, but if I know I'm going to clean the bathroom or staying home that day, I have a hard time putting on, you know, really nice clothes or whatever, and so you see me in sweats and a t-shirt to clean. But dressing up isn't really me anyway. I'm not a real dressy kind of girl. I don't mind doing it on occasion, but it's just not me, which is fine. You know, even when I worked outside of the home, I was a dental assistant, and so I put on my scrubs every morning and a little makeup and did my hair, but I still wasn't super dressed up. And I'm still that way. I don't care anything about it. But I do try to look a little better when my husband's off. Just because I care about what he thinks, and not that he minds, but that's not what I looked like when we were dating, so I try not to look like that all the time now. Okay. All right. I'm going to move you over here, and I'm going to work on what's left of the dishes. Okay, so I had a few dishes that wouldn't fit in the dishwasher, and one that needed to soak. So I'm going to do some more water. I've got my Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day dish soap, and it's in apple cider, and guys, that smells amazing. that you like least. You know, one of your chores that you like least. Mine is without a doubt cooking. I would much rather clean than cook. When I'm hungry, I just want to eat. I don't want to cook. I think though, as far as cleaning, is the shower, just because it's so hard. You have to climb in, and it's just not easy to get to. Okay. Well, I'm excited about the new year. It's a little scary. My oldest son will be getting his driver's permit this year. I don't know where time went. He was still supposed to be a baby. And all of a sudden, he's bigger than I am. So, yes, I'm not really looking forward to it. You know, and I hear some parents of teens say it's so nice because now I don't have to run them everywhere, and I just don't know about that. I don't know that I'm going to be one of those parents. My dad, I'm going to tell you what, I wish I had whatever it was he possessed when my brother and I were growing up, because I don't know if he didn't have the fear or just hid it very well. But I remember getting my license. He took me down to get him. He was with me. We went to lunch. We were in my car. Whoop! Just spilled that all over the counter. And I took him back to work, and he said, "All right, be careful." And I'm sure he felt a lot of emotion. But at the time, it seemed like I was more scared than he was. Maybe he knew that, which is why he wasn't as worried. But the thought of my kids driving scares me to death. We have a couple of fun things coming up. We're finally getting to take our kids to the Wolf Lodge, the Great Wolf Lodge. We were supposed to go a couple weeks ago, but it snowed us out. And so that trip's coming up. I'm really excited about that. If you ever get a chance to take your kids or grandkids to that, you really should. It's a lot of fun. And we've been doing this for years, and even though my kids are teens now, they still enjoy going. And we've had a lot of friends just kind of jump on board with us, and they've been going with us for the past few years, and that makes it that much more fun. But it's just a fun place, a fun time for kids and parents together. And if you go in the winter, it's not super expensive. You know, and your room and your water park passes are included. And now that our kids are older, and I wish really we would have started it when they were smaller, but now they don't really want toys, so we've started doing trips. And I thought instead of buying a bunch of stuff that they're not gonna play with anymore, or a bunch of video games, which I don't want to do. I have boys, they could care less about clothes or any of that stuff. So, well, let's make memories instead of piles of junk. I'm gonna see if I can't get these clean. I have a DIY project that I want to do with these, but I'm having a hard time. There's no telling how long they were in the dirt, and the dirt simply does not want to come out. So I don't know if I will ever get them clean or not. But they've been soaking for quite some time. But the heads of them, the mouth there is so small that I can't get anything down in there. And I've tried the straw brushes, and they just don't go down. I mean, they go in, but they just don't do a very good job of getting it. So don't know if we're going to get them or not. I guess we'll just do the best we can. If I can get my hand down in, it wipes up really easy, but I mean, the opening is the size of my finger. So, and I actually have a small finger. I'm still struggling here. Let's see, I mean, I can't even get the thing down in there, the rag. I don't know. Maybe my husband will come up with something, but I found a cute idea on Pinterest for what to do with these if I can get them clean. This one is done a little better, but it's still pretty dirty down in the bottom. But it looks like it's not as old as the other one. My husband likes to go metal detecting, and so he can find some really neat stuff, but sometimes they're hard to clean because they've been in the dirt for so long. Okay. So there it is. We are done. I just need to do the floors, and this part of the house is clean. Thankfully the living room stays pretty clean, so there's nothing really to do in there but the floors. And it's all finished. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video and the chit chat, and I hope I inspired you to stop putting things off like I do and getting it done. Until next time, I hope you have a great day, purpose today. See you later guys. Bye.